The Center for Philosophy of Religion presents the Free Will Defense. If God exists, God is perfectly good and all-powerful. But if God is so good, wouldn't he really want to prevent evil? And if God is so powerful, wouldn't he be able to do exactly what he really wants? Thoughts like these have led many to believe that it would be impossible for both God and evil to exist. But Alvin Plantinga has argued that they can coexist after all. Being all-powerful is impressive, but not even an omnipotent God can make a square with no corners or a rock too heavy for God to lift. Omnipotence gives God control over what is possible, not the power to do the impossible. Plantinga proposes that it is also impossible for God to ensure that we never use our freedom to bring about evil. But why? The answer depends on what is required for freedom. Part of what makes an action, say Jane's riding her bike, free, is that she is also able to do something else instead. If Jane is simply forced or caused by something else to ride her bike in a way that undermines her ability to do otherwise, then Jane's act isn't truly free. Accordingly, if God chooses to create a world with free creatures, he cannot guarantee that they always use their freedom in the right way. Any such guarantee would simply eliminate genuine freedom and also eliminate all the value freedom brings into the world. On Plantinga's view, God is responsible for the existence of the beings that possess free will and of their surroundings. But what comes of that gift of freedom is ultimately up to them, not God. At best, this shows only that God couldn't ensure that the world contained both free will and no evil. But couldn't God just create a world with neither instead? Perhaps the answer is that free will is a great good, a magnificent good. So incredibly good that the combination of free will together with the evil that accompanies it is more valuable than any world God could have created instead with no free creatures. Now, maybe that's not God's actual reason for permitting the kind of evil that arises from misusing freedom. And so we don't have what philosophers call a theodicy. We might not even be capable of knowing God's actual reason. Nevertheless, it is one possible explanation of how God and evil could both exist. And that's enough to serve as an adequate defense against that impossibility claim. Plantinga's free will defense. Still, we might wonder why God couldn't create only those people who would always freely do what is right. For Plantinga's answer to this surprisingly hard question, click here. To learn more about these ideas, please visit plantingavideos.com.